And we're live here on Facebook. Welcome to those watching live or watching on YouTube. Also, welcome to all those listening in podcast land. Hope you're doing well today. Rich, how you doing today?
I'm doing good today, Mike. It's a little warm out there today. Um, good day just to sort of stay in and stay cool in the AC.
Yeah, that's what we're doing with the rest of our day at least. We have people coming over for board games and relaxation and celebrating my wife's birthday. So,
Nice. Happy
but
birthday,
it's sweet.
Danielle.
It's sweet corn days, and so that's why we're running a little late today. Had a bunch of sweet corn stuff going on at Sweet Corn Days.
Did you
Um,
have any sweet corn?
yeah, they give you free. Like they bring out like bushels of sweet corn cooked and ready to go, and you get two. Like each person can get 2 free ears of sweet corn. So ate my 2 ears of sweet corn in under a minute.
Wow.
Yeah, I mow down on that stuff. I should probably be a competitive sweet corn eater or something. Yeah, my wife barely had half of hers gone by the time I had eaten two. I mean, I'm not even mad. I'm impressed. So it is hot out though,
Yeah,
but we got a bunch of stuff to talk about. We're gonna talk football. It's the first football talk of the year,
we are.
so we got that. Um, and then we also gonna close out our Olympic talk, I believe. Rich, what else we got?
We'll be talking some baseball as it's the first full week of with the zombie Cubs, the leftover with Wilson Contreras and the leftovers,
Yep.
and also be going into the NASCAR corner, presented as always by Triple I Sport Cards Incorporated.
Yeah, all that and more. But first, let's roll the intro. Broadcasting live from somewhere in Iowa. This is Balls and Sticks, the podcast, with your hosts, Mike and Rich. And we're back. Okay, folks. So as always, it's that time of week where we find out your thoughts on a particular question. This week's poll question: do you trust the process, or do you give up the ghost? Rich?
All right, Mike. I put you know what, I trust Jen. Right, I think that, I mean, he made the best deals that he could, given that the team let all these players go all the way to free agency instead of extending them or trading them before with only 1 year of control left. So
Yeah.
they got some good players. So at this point, I don't think if you're a Cubs fan, you I don't know if you can go anywhere in another direction unless you're hoping that this all doesn't work, and then that leads to another front office coming in to try and clean up the mess left behind.
Um, well,
So
I
not
for,
wanting to see that happen, I put trust the process.
I forgot to make it so people couldn't add things, and
Uh,
so Solomon Stroop added Bugs Bunny no meme. Uh, that was supposed to be the Wrigley's on fire. Was the
okay.
no, but that's okay. People didn't get it, so that's okay. I voted for Wrigley's on fire, and 3 people said no, they don't trust the process. You and Mike Sable are in Jed We Trust. Your wife and your brother both say, well, let's wait and see.
Yeah, wait and see is a good option too. You don't know, a lot of these prospects that they picked up are playing in South Bend and Myrtle Beach.
We've seen a guy play already this week.
Yeah, Greg Dykman came up. The guy we got in the Andrew Chafin trade came up today.
Doesn't cost us
Because
any playing time because it doesn't count. It doesn't count in arbitration. It doesn't count for. This doesn't count as a year of service. So
yeah, but unrelated topic. It was nice to see that the Cubs put Jason Hayward on the injured list.
Can we put him on the we don't want him list?
I think so. He's got a strained finger, so hopefully.
I mean, you have a strained finger, and that's keeping you out of the game.
Yeah.
That's like saying that my butt itches, so I can't play football.
So I don't know. I mean, so maybe he's going to be on the injured list the rest of the year, and Dykeman can get some playing time, and that and whether how well he's doing, maybe Ian Happ can play every day to see if he's worth keeping around, or you non-tender him at the end of the year.
Yeah, it's just going to be, I don't know. Wrigley's on fire. Let's let it burn. Oh, we got nothing. I mean, we're not doing anything. We weren't. So, I think they made the right moves. Like we said last week, we weren't getting anything out of these guys at the end of the year. So, and we weren't going to do anything this year to make it any better. So why not get something out of them? And that's what they did. So yeah, it looks like nobody trusts the process, but you and Sable. So, okay. This week's poll question: which sport would you like to see added to the Olympic Games? Rich, do you have any in mind?
I do.
Okay.
So we are going to give you the option once we put the poll up. We'll give you the option to add to the list.
Okay.
And you can also vote for multiple sports.
Yep.
Normally not how we do our polls, but we want to see how many of these you'd actually like to see put into the Olympics.
Okay.
What got me thinking about this question is that breakdancing will be added to the Paris Games in 2024. Breakdancing, yes.
I mean, we've had ballroom dancing in the past. Is that going to make a comeback too?
I don't know.
Why wouldn't it?
Maybe. But they're putting breakdancing, and which got me thinking, what other maybe like borderline or maybe like rec league sports could you see added to the Olympics?
Hey, Rich, I got a question for you.
What's that?
Did you know that if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball?
Yes. So dodgeball will be one of those options you can add to it.
Cornhole?
Cornhole. Pickleball. You mentioned maybe bringing bridge back, a card-playing game, or poker. Basically, think of things that would be on the fictional ESPN 8 The Ocho channel.
How about freediving? Freediving is not what you think it is. Freediving is actually no oxygen. You have nothing, and you dive down as deep as you can. And then you have to surface without taking a breath. Freediving. Okay. It's a sport.
Add options to us. We'll read it out with you. If you're the one that adds it, we'll give you a shout out.
If you put inappropriate stuff on there, we will delete it.
Yeah.
We don't. Yeah. We're not. No, we don't need that stuff. Looking at you. You know who. I'm not gonna call anybody out for that. Keep it clean, or I will delete you.
Yeah.
Anyway, but beyond that, so would you, man? I think there's plenty of good sports out there. I don't know which ones I would really. Freediving, I think, is one that I think it's an underrated one, but I think it would be good. Okay, so folks, look for that to go live at some point. Rich will get it up there. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
It's a poll question.
Gold medal count. Yeah.
Gold medal count. How we doing, Rich?
Gold medal count. China leads over. No, the United States leads overall medal count with 108, but the gold medal count sits at 36 for the U.S. China leads the overall gold medals with 38. So they still got a couple more days to.
Oh, I thought they were done.
Medals. No, there's still some. I believe there's still some sports going on.
Look at me not knowing the Olympics as well as I can. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, closing ceremonies isn't until Sunday night.
Okay.
So they got some work to do if they're going to hit the over, which was set at 44 and a half.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Rich,
They do currently lead in silver medals with 39, and they lead the overall lead for bronze medals with 33.
wow.
Yeah.
Rich,
Yeah.
favorite sport you've watched so far?
Man, the favorite sport so far, volleyball of all things.
Volleyball.
Really enjoyed watching
Indoor
volleyball.
or
And
beach? Or
kind of
both? Yeah.
Both.
Yeah, the indoor volleyball, the men's volleyball, I've found very intriguing. I didn't think I would say that, but I've really enjoyed it. Um, we have a Roku, and there's a if you're on the Roku, in the menus, there's an Tokyo Olympics tab, and if you go there, you can watch all the daily highlights, which is a great way to watch it. It's basically you get all the highlights of the day. So you get things like jiu-jitsu, but you also get some volleyball, and it's great. If you have a Roku, check it out that way. I should have told you about it last week. Sorry I didn't.
Yeah, I saw some interesting coverage.
Yep.
This week, marathon swimming. I didn't know such an event existed.
I didn't know it existed, but I like it. That's ooh.
Yeah, it was interesting.
10K.
10Ks going down in the free water.
Yep.
Free water, then they get to a certain spot, and you see the boats out there extending out water bottles for the people, and then they switch to a backstroke so they could drink some water and then resume their swimming.
Yeah.
Race walking. There was some interesting commentary on race walking provided by Rich Eisen.
I did not get to watch any of it. I haven't heard any of his commentary. I watched it. I didn't get to hear any commentary, but it was on at Mother Nature's the other night, and we went there for a date night. And man, I tell you what, people, those race walkers, man, that's.
I did not know that much skill or rules went into race walking. Like, you can't have, like, they'll give you a penalty if they see that both feet leave the ground or your form isn't right.
Yeah, like, if both feet are off the ground at the same time, it's considered running. Like, how ridiculous.
Yeah, but I believe Rich Eisen's call on the highlight as they were coming to the finish is that and they're waddling across the finish line like they have a walnut lodged in their butt crack.
I mean, that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Folks, you should. Man.
It was funny.
I gotta say, volleyball has been really good. Watching some of the weightlifting, that was good. Today we had karate. I did not realize that karate was not a contact sport, but it is a head-to-head sport.
Mm-hmm. And they also, I think they had the form type of karate too.
That's the one I'm talking about.
Okay.
Like, you do moves, and you shout some stuff out, and then you bow. And it was really weird, but it was kind of cool.
I didn't get to see it, but the speed sport climbing looked interesting.
Yeah.
Highlight on that.
The kayak sprinting.
Mm-hmm.
That was really cool. Did you get to see any of the whitewater events?
No, I did not.
Okay. Yeah, those were good. I did not realize they did bring back open water swimming. I love open water swimming. I'd like to see more of it, but you know.
Yeah, almost kind of looking forward to the 28 games when they come to LA, though.
Oh yeah.
So you can see, hopefully, more availability to see more things live. That's been a comment. That's been a frustration my wife has had this Summer Olympic Series.
Yeah, but
seeing that primetime coverage is already within the modern world that we live in.
Yep.
Already knowing the results before the event is even aired.
Yep.
Because if they show it live, it's on one of the cable channels, and you're there, and the event's happening like in the middle of the night while you're sleeping. But of course, they're gonna post the results. Post the results before they air the match on TV.
I have gotten quite a few things spoiled before trying to watch them. I think the worst one was I was watching on TV. We were watching NBC, and we were flipping between USA and a couple other things. And USA was interviewing the silver medalists in synchronized diving, which were for the men's was the US, right? And when they did that, they were interviewing them and talking about how they won gold. And guess what the next event that they were showing on NBC was, Rich?
Synchronized diving?
Men's synchronized diving. Like, I understand that you're trying to present it all, but you would think you wouldn't put an interview of somebody ahead of, don't mind my baby, she's a baby, she's fine, she's just cranky, she's had a rough day, it was hot, it was blah blah blah. So she's yelling in the background. I don't know if you can hear it, but she's okay. Her mom's taking care of her, I promise. Anyway, so we just don't show that interview 10 seconds before you're going to show the actual event on another channel. That's all I'm saying, NBC.
Yeah, but it'll be better in 28 when they're actually in the United States again.
Yeah, but again, I think it's unfair to say that it's better. Like, yes, I understand in an instant world to have it where it's over in 13, 15 or whatever hours ahead of us kind of sucks. But the fact of the matter is, hear me out. All of those events, all of that stuff, if we really wanted to be truthful about it, if we did it where the majority of the people are, it would be in China every year. It'd be China or India or somewhere in that region, because there are more people living in that region. In those between China and India and whatever country lies between them in random places, but in that area, there are more people that live there than live anywhere else in the world. So if we really wanted to do it in a way that we'd never have it in the U.S. So if we just wanted to be fair about having it so the most people can watch it at prime time live, blah, blah, blah. I'm looking forward to 28. Danielle and I are talking about attempting to make a trip out there to go see some stuff. We're talking about it, but I don't know. What do you think? Would you want to go?
Yeah, I think it'd be fun to go.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how they spread the games out across the LA area too. There's a lot of stadiums already built, so it'll be interesting to see what's going to have to be constructed.
Are they going to renovate the Coliseum to host people?
Yeah, they did say that the Coliseum was going to be the main venue. It'll be only the third stadium to ever host 3 Olympic Games. They're going to use Dodger Stadium for baseball.
Nice.
And I'm sure they'll go down and use the Rose Bowl for something.
Are you upset that they didn't pause baseball for 2 weeks so that the guys could go play?
I think the owners are too greedy that I don't think that they would want a 2-week pause into the season and risk players getting hurt.
Okay.
The NHL is kind of flip-flopped on the issue of allowing their players and then not allowing their players. So, I mean, I don't know. I think it would have been nice if players had the option to go to the Olympic teams, like you have some of the, like if Shohei Ohtani or some of the other countries, like what could the team from the Dominican Republic have looked like, or the Cuban team? I don't know. I don't think any Cubans that defected out of there that played would want to go back and play for the home country.
But it's a legitimate question. Like,
who would have opted out if they had the option to do so?
Yeah, I totally wonder myself. Okay.
I thought the U.S. baseball team did well.
Yep.
They took home silver though.
Yep.
With a team of low minor leaguers that weren't on a 40-man roster and some veterans that weren't signed to major league deals. So.
Yeah. No, I'm happy with it. Good job.
All right, Mike. So favorite stories from what'll end up being the week 2 and maybe the final week.
Yeah.
Because I think all we'll be talking about next week in regards to the Olympics is probably the medal count.
Okay.
So what were some of the what was maybe one or two of your favorite stories?
Honestly, my favorite has been. I'll leave everybody's favorite till. Well, let's leave everybody's favorite till the end because that's
Okay.
one of the best stories out there. But I'm gonna go with watching Brussels or Belgium win gold in field hockey.
Okay.
First time they've ever done that. Or the U.S. boxing showed up this year quite well. We have a silver medalist in the featherweight, and he was unranked going into the tournament. So,
Nice.
your favorites?
Probably Michaela Skinner's
Yeah.
Olympic journey, being an alternate on the team for 2 straight years, and she was almost getting ready to board a plane and come back home. And when Simone Biles had to step down from the Olympics, Simone was the one that called her up and said, we need you back.
Yep.
And she ended up winning a silver, I think, on the silver in her event. So a nice way to wrap up her Olympic career.
Yep.
And also Jessica Springsteen, the daughter of Bruce Springsteen, brought home a silver medal as part of the team competition in equestrian.
I thought you were going to bring up Italy winning the 100-meter dash.
I was getting that.
Okay. How about that one?
Yeah. I did not see Italy winning the 100-meter dash. I think
nobody in the world did. That was
Amy and I were watching that. It was like, he doesn't even look like he has the body. He doesn't look like he should even be in this event with as big as he was.
Did he have a dad bod?
No, he didn't. I guess in our opinion, when we were watching that, it was like he didn't have a sprinter's body.
Okay.
He was kind of bigger and a little bit muscular. So
Okay.
we were kind of surprised that he finished first.
Nice. Okay, and then should be everybody's favorite story of the Olympics. Rich, lay it on me. Try not to make me cry because it's such a good story.
The gold medal tie in Olympic for the high jump.
Yep.
Both these guys, they tied on the distance or the height. When they went to the next height, neither of them cleared it. So the Olympic official came over to them and said, "All right, do you want guys have a jump off, or do you want to tie?"
No, the Olympics committee was saying we need to have a jump off, and the guys were like, "What if we just don't? If we don't attempt it, would we tie and would we both get a gold medal?" Mm-hmm. And they were like, "Well, hang on, let me go check." And the guy goes and checks, and they're like, "Okay, you tied."
Yep, we can do that, and both athletes were overjoyed to get a gold medal in the high jump.
Yeah.
And they did not award a silver medal in the event this year.
Yep.
And that was cool. And then to see the Italian get to celebrate with the 100-meter dash champion after his race was pretty cool too.
Yeah. Yep.
Cool moment for Italy.
So, excuse me. Any other Olympic stuff before we head on to next week and figure out what's going on there?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay. So let's start making left turns. This time around the diamond. And Rich, Cubs week in review was not a great week for us. I'm surprised they won 2.
I predicted they were going to get 3 wins.
I was hoping, but I knew better. Come on now.
2-4.
2-4
from show to show. 52 and 59 overall, still 4th in the division, and it really doesn't matter at this point. But 14 and a half games back from out of first place, so we'll probably stop pointing out where they're at in the division, how many games back they are starting next week.
2 against the White Sox, 4 against the Brewers, 1 against the Marlins. If we pull 1 out this week, I'll be happy.
I'm going to give them 2. The Brewers and White Sox are big division rivalry games. They'll want to win. They'll want to at least avoid being swept. So I'm going to give them 2.
They want to, but will they? Will they really? Come on now.
Probably not. Probably not.
Garbage. Hey, Rich, I heard that a piece of the right field wall ivy was up for trade. If you got some seeds and a bush to be named later.
Clark the Cub got traded to Build-A-Bear.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah.
All the jokes we missed out on last week because we were under a time crunch. But
yeah, no, I just
still watching. Are you still watching and listening to them?
Still listening to the games. I don't have Marquee Network. I thought I had a way to get it, but haven't heard back, so don't think I'm going to. By the way, I know what sport it needs to be in the Olympics. I got to put it out there real quick. It's it's actually the sponsor for the NASCAR race this week, bowling.
Bowling, yeah.
Yeah.
Totally see bowling.
Okay, back to baseball. So the highlight of this week is the Field of Dreams games. Did you get tickets?
No, I didn't get selected.
I didn't either. I've been rejected so much this week. I feel like I'm back in high school. If you're into technology, there's I've been trying to get graphics cards from a website, and I keep getting rejected by them, and I got rejected by the Field of Dreams game, so, whatever.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have been able to. I basically wanted to enter into the drawing. Do you have the right to buy tickets to the game just to see how much those tickets would be?
I would have bought them if I could have. I mean, worst case, you sell them.
True, they did not say they only made ticket purchasing available to Iowa residents, but they didn't say if they would restrict you in selling them.
Correct.
I guess that's true. I was just kind of curious to see what the cost of those tickets would be.
I'll sell them.
Thursday night over on Fox.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm glad that they put it on network TV and not on ESPN.
Gonna be a hot day.
Probably will be a night. It'll be a night game. I would have liked to have seen a day game, but
it's gonna go. It's gonna go 15 rows deep in the corn. It's gonna be so hot. But who you picking for the game? And that's actually a legit question this year. Like, most years, you look at Yankees Sox and you're like, well, the Sox suck, so let's go Sox. Or let's go Yanks. But I hate the Yankees.
I'm going to have to go with Anthony Rizzo and the Yankees.
Yeah.
They got my favorite player on the team now, so I'm going to pull for the Yankees. It's hard for me to pick as a Cubs fan.
Do I go with the team that I hate or the other team that I hate? I hate both these teams. Let's go Sox. Whatever. Okay. Any other baseball? Do you want to talk any more baseball? Is there any good stories you've seen out of baseball this week?
No, you?
Did you get to see? Well, first, for the first time since the World Series in 2016 or 2018, the Dodgers and Houston played in Dodger Stadium.
Yeah, I did hear about that.
Booze reigned supreme.
A lot of trash cans being bounced around on this band.
I support that. And then Joey Votto was on Dan Patrick this week and said, "Okay, after this year, we got to be done, people." Do you agree or disagree?
I agree. I think it's time to move on.
I haven't gotten to yell at them yet. It doesn't end until I get to yell at them. Rich, we used to go 3 or 4 games a year.
So it doesn't end until every team has had a chance.
Oh, yeah.
Every team's fan base has had a chance to play them.
Oh, yeah. I totally think that's a fair assessment. When they come to Chicago, we should bring trash cans and bang on them.
Well, it won't be this year, though.
Nope.
It won't be the next season. They're not going to get to play the Astros. I think their interleague series are against the American League East next year.
So, I don't know. That's my opinion. I don't think it should ever stop, but that's me. Okay. Rich, do you see what's coming up?
Is it a left turn?
It is a left turn. Do you see what's after that?
it's a right turn this
It
week.
is, because we're heading into the NASCAR Corner, presented by Triple I Sports Cards Incorporated. Check them out in Moline, Illinois, or anywhere at ebay.com. So, Rich, no fantasy shout-outs this week because, we haven't had NASCAR for 2 weeks. But let's give the folks a standing call on where everybody is.
Okay. I know I'm in the lead in our 4-team.
Yep. So you're in the lead with 4,125. So,
Okay.
Tony is in second with 3868. Solomon at 3834. And then me at 3229.
All right. So 3 more races left before the regular season wraps up. Use those races.
Yep.
Because your uses start over when the playoffs start in September at Darlington. So if you still got some with a lot of road courses coming up, if you still got Truex or Elliott or Larson uses, use them up because I think those guys are going to do well over the next 2 weeks.
Yep.
So NASCAR playoffs with coming into the last 3 races, only 3 people in the playoffs have not won a race yet. Denny Hamlin sitting in the 4 spot, and then your 15th and 16th spots on the playoffs, Kevin Harvick and Tyler Reddick are in as non-winners on points only.
I really I hope that we have at least 3 different winners this next 3 weeks. That it's not somebody that's a repeat. I think that would be fun.
Yeah, I think so. Below the cut line right now, Austin Dillon, Chris Buescher, DeBenedetto, Chastain, Bubba Wallace, Ricky Stenhouse, Suarez, Bisco, Jones, Pierce, Newman.
Yeah.
Could you see anybody winning that's below the cut line to knock somebody else out of the playoffs?
Always look for Newman.
Ryan Newman?
Ryan Newman's one that you always got to look out for.
Yeah, I could see Chase. I could see Ross Chastain.
Or Matt DeBenedetto.
DeBenedetto. He needs to race well because he needs a team. He needs a seat for next year.
Yep.
And Chase Briscoe, one of the few guys in the field that has experience on the Indy road course.
Yeah.
Maybe he can sneak in with a win.
So if we get 3 different winners in the next 3 weeks, every person that's in the playoffs has won a race.
Yeah.
I really wish they would have been in a position where they had more race winners than they have playoff spots. I wonder what they would have done.
I think wouldn't it come down to?
It'd probably come down to points after that.
Yeah, the points. The last person, the guy with the lowest point total out of all the wins would be the one, the odd man out.
Yep. So, Rich, I believe you won last.
I did.
We're heading to the Go Bowling, Watkins Glen. Who do you think's gonna win?
Mike, I'm gonna flip it. I'm gonna change my prediction. I'm gonna go along the routes to root for somebody that's below the cut line.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go Ross Chastain.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna switch it up. Pre-show, I was saying Martin Truex, but I'm gonna go Ross Chastain.
Man, you're messing with me, because I was gonna change mine as well, because I was gonna go with Chase Elliott, but now that Martin Truex is available, how do you not pick Martin Truex, folks? I'm going with Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
Ricky Stenhouse Jr. All right.
Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Let's do it. I don't think he's won a race this year either, has he?
He is not.
There you go. Let's win a race, Ricky.
He's in the 22 position based on the website that I'm looking at. Ross Chastain is in the 20th position, 4 slot with 4 people ahead of him to get over the cut line.
Yep.
So
speaking of Ross Chastain, he was picked he's going to be the driver of the second car for Trackhouse Racing.
That's right. They announced that he's going to take over the number 1 from Kurt Busch. So I guess they're going to retire the number 42 for a little while.
Well, that'll be, good for them.
Yeah, I like it. It's good, young. They got young guys to kind of build around. I think if they had gone with Kurt Busch, it probably would have been a 2 or 3 year commitment. I think so. Good for them to go in with an up and comer instead of maybe a veteran to where they'd have a rotating seat every 2 or 3, maybe every 2 or 3 years.
The NFLPA agreed on.
Sorry about that, folks. Just getting ready for the next news story. Okay.
Anything else in the world of NASCAR, Mike?
No, it's going to be good to have him back.
Yeah, you can catch the race from Watkins Glen on Sunday afternoon over on NBC SN.
NASCAR Naps are back tomorrow.
That's right.
Okay.
And now, Mike, we're going to go over to the NFL for the first time.
It's time to get on the gridiron. Go from the grid to the gridiron. How you like that one, Rich?
Ooh, I like it.
So
one of our NFL preview. So this week we're kind of going to talk about COVID policies without getting into the whole vaccination and or not vaccinate argument or hot button issue, hopefully. And kind of talk about our NFL weekly pick'em, which you can sign up for and join us in.
Yep, we're going to have the link in the description, both in the podcast, the YouTube, the Facebook, the everywhere. You can find it, folks. You, I'm pointing at you right there. You, get on your phone, get on the fantasy app, get on our pick'em. All the information's right down below. Just pick it. All you got to do is do a once a week. You just pick the teams that win. You can do that at the beginning of the year. You can pick every game. You can go in today, pick every game. Can't you, Rich?
You can. I already did. I've done all my picks.
You make all your picks, you put all your predictions in place, and you just go and change it as the year progresses. As the Bears all of a sudden put Justin Fields in and looks like the team to beat in the NFC North. Man, there you go.
All right, and then the 14th, week 2, we'll be looking at fantasy football.
Yep.
We'll give you our top 5 at each position, which I'm sure will probably be the same. Maybe different players in different areas of the top 5. And we'll give you maybe some sleepers and some guys that we don't plan on drafting.
The no draft list. That's a huge list this year.
All right. What are we doing in week 3, Mike?
Week 3, we're going to talk about our division and wild card winners. Who's going to win the division and who's then going to make the wild cards for both league or for both conferences. And then week 4, we're going to go into we're 5 weeks from football, Rich. Are you ready for that?
Oh yeah. Getting ready.
I mean, so we're going to do week 4. We're going to look at our conference champions, our Super Bowl predictions, and then Labor Day weekend. We're going to actually tell you who we both think is going to win the Super Bowl. We're not going to tell you who's going to win the Super Bowl on week 4. We're going to wait till Labor Day weekend, kick-off weekend, folks.
Okay, and give you our picks for the first Thursday night football game.
That'll be yeah. We'll do that in week 4 though, right? Because it's the Thursday before Labor Day, right? Pretty sure. So we'll have to do it in week 4.
No, Thursday night football will be on the 9th of the first night. So on Labor Day weekend, or whenever we do our show on Labor Day weekend, we'll have to give our winner for the first Thursday night football game.
Oh yeah. Because Labor Day
starts on the 9th.
Yeah, I forget that
Labor Day is the 5th this year.
Yep.
5th
Okay.
Or 6th this year.
We'll do that. So yeah, our Labor Day show, we're gonna give you our Super Bowl predictions. Let's actually just move the whole Super Bowl predictions to Labor Day weekend.
Okay, we'll just do Super Bowl. Okay, so we're only gonna do who's gonna be in the conference championship game.
That way we're building. We got to build these things. You got to get that excitement going. Who's ready? Speaking of, so the excitement, unexcitement, I don't care, folks. Vote for who you want to vote for. Believe what you want to believe. Just do your own dang research. That's what I'm saying. Rich, do you agree?
Yep.
Okay. That's as political as we're gonna get, as best as we can. I guarantee you there are things in here that Rich and I don't agree with and things we do. We're just here to tell you some of the facts and kind of give you some information on it. So, Rich, you want to give us a quick rundown of what what it looks like for COVID protocol?
Yeah, well, a lot of the protocols that they put out are going to apply during the preseason. They haven't said what they're going to do with the regular season yet. Waiting for something to develop here, but
so
limiting.
If you are vaccinated, you don't have to test daily. If you're vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask at facilities or during team travel. If you are vaccinated, you have no physical distance required in club facilities with other vaccinated personnel.
Vice versa if you're not fully vaccinated.
Yep, tests required daily, masks required. You must remain physically distanced from others at the facilities. You must quarantine after high-risk exposure to COVID-19 if you are not fully vaccinated. If you are fully vaccinated, no quarantine required. There are travel restrictions in place for some of those that are not fully vaccinated. That's going to be...
not being able to, limiting the amount of people in the weight rooms.
Yep, 15.
Between vaccinated and fully vaccinated. Eating together in the cafeteria, whereas if you're not vaccinated, you got to take your meal to go, or eat in a separate area.
Yep.
No social media or networking sponsorship activities permitted. You can if you're vaccinated. You can't be in the sauna or steam room, and if you're not vaccinated, you cannot leave the team motel to eat in restaurants or interact with anyone outside of the team traveling party.
Wow. I mean,
they're making it hard on you if you're choosing not to, if you're exercising your freedom to choose not to get vaccinated.
Yeah.
For one reason or another.
Yep.
And I mean, already we've had Ryan Tannehill. That's been Ryan Tannehill's stance on why he got vaccinated, is because it seems like the NFL isn't giving him any other choice. And kind of the biggest thing they've announced that'll affect the regular season is that if a COVID outbreak happens because of an outbreak on a team due to an unvaccinated player, the team could be subject to a forfeit in the loss column. And then because that game doesn't get played, nobody gets paid. Nobody gets their game checks.
Yeah, I was just looking at those ones. Wow. What happens if it's a vaccinated team?
I guess that doesn't matter.
I
guess that doesn't.
I don't care. Whatever you do, but you gotta having the rules separated that drastically. I can't get behind, but
I can't either. Not wanting to get into the political side, I'm kind of surprised that the NFLPA agreed to these types of things.
I mean, they're
basically separating the teams so drastically between vaccinated and unvaccinated.
But they're trying to look out for player safety. Conceptually, that's the concept there. So, it doesn't surprise me, but.
All right, so it'll be interesting to see if we do have any forfeit games this year. Deandre Hopkins of the Cardinals was another player that came out and was questioning whether he wants to play this year, maybe even because he's not sure if he wants his choice to not get vaccinated affect the entire team. So could you see star players choosing to sit out this year?
I think you probably could. There's guys that, there are guys out there that are already greatly outspoken about how terrible these rules are.
Mm-hmm. Rick, I think a Vikings offensive line coach lost his job because he chose not to get vaccinated as well. Because if you're a coach, you can't have contact with players. If if you're not fully vaccinated. So they let him go. They fired him.
Yeah, it's gonna be, man, it's gonna be a thing. Okay, folks, that is pretty much it for this week. Rich, do you have anything else? Oh, wait, no, that's not. Rich, tell them about the pick'em.
Yeah, join our NFL pick'em.
I'm looking at you.
Second time. Yeah.
You, right there, sitting in your seat, probably pooping. You're probably watching this on YouTube while you're pooping. If you're watching this on YouTube while you're pooping, you got time to get on your fantasy football on here, and we got time for you to put it to pick once a week. You got to poop at least once a week, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's enough time to make your picks.
Well, yeah, you can find our username and password and a link right to where you can go on Yahoo to join the Pick'em group. Right in the link here on our YouTube page, on the podcast page, as well as our fan page where you go to vote in our polls.
Hey, if our
Facebook group.
I will say one thing: if you're listening to this on the podcast while you're driving to and from work or on a long road trip, do not pick up your phone and join our fantasy or join our pick'em. Wait till you get to the truck stop, go take your dump, and do your fantasy pick'em while you're pooping. You don't even have to poop. Just do it. Anyway. Okay, Rich, anything before I give my awesome wife a awesome shout-out?
Yeah, I do have a shout-out to the Davenport, Iowa Southeast Little League team.
Yeah?
They are in the regionals. And I actually have a cousin playing on that team.
Nice.
Sean Hendricks is a pitcher and first baseman for the team. They're going to need the win out in their region, though, if they want to get to Williamsport, though, because they lost 10-0 today against Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and Sioux Falls threw a perfect game.
Wow.
It was a rough game.
Wow.
But it was cool getting to watch them on ESPN Plus today.
Well, okay, folks, it is my wife's birthday. It's her last one in her 20s, right? Yeah, it's her last one in her 20s.
Ooh.
So, first one with a baby. So, happy birthday to my wife. I tell her this all the time, but she makes my life all the better. So, happy birthday to her. And, you know what? After that, I'm also going to say, thank you, Rich, for being so flexible today. I appreciate it.
No worries. It's Sweet Corn Days.
Sweet Corn Days.
Go to Sweet Corn.
You got to come up. You seriously got to come up for Sweet Corn Days. Get free ears of sweet corn. Check it out. We got a parade. We do all that stuff. It's fun. Anyway, folks, God bless you. We will see you next week. Our normal time, I think. I got nothing next week. Probably the normal time next week. Love you. See you next week. Rich, what's it time to do?
Is it time to roll the outro?
Broadcasting live from somewhere in Iowa. This is Balls and Sticks, the podcast with your hosts, Mike and Rich.